Hello, this is Ashley Danielle from ashleydanielle.com, your psychic intuitive manifestation mentor. I want to talk about a way in which focusing on what it is that you want to call into your life, what it is that you're trying to manifest, the changes that you're hoping to achieve in your life, you can unintentionally push those away. That is by focusing too much on what it is that you're trying to manifest. So, what do I mean by that? When you decide or begin to understand a desire that you have. So, say you desire to have a relationship, or if you desire to call in like a bunch of money or a job change or something like this. If you are focusing on manifesting the thing, if you are focusing on how do I get the thing, what do I need to do, who do I need to be, putting a lot of energy and thought into it, what will happen or what can happen and what often happens is you're focusing on the fact that you do not have the thing, and that creates more of the not having. For example, if you desire to call in a relationship or your person, right? Like I like to say my person. If you are desiring to call in your person and you're doing the shadow work, you're focusing on the good, and you're quote unquote doing the work, and I talk about all of that stuff in previous videos. What will happen is, or what can happen is you're like, well, I don't have it. So it's like, I want the thing. I want the thing. Like, I want my person. I want my person. And this happens a lot with money and like calling in relationships, because the absence of the thing is real, right? Like, okay, well, I don't have my person. My person's not here, Ashley. What do you mean? Like, I'm focusing on calling them in and they're not here. It's this nuance, right? Like it's this nuance of I want the thing, which implies I don't have the thing. So I want the relationship. That implies I don't have the relationship. And it can be tricky to wrap your brain around because we are conditioned to believe that the world works a certain way and to open up to seeing different viewpoints, especially if you haven't done this before, or if you want to like, I don't like the term up level, but if you want to up level, if you want to call in bigger things and like bigger desires, things that you haven't ever had, the things that you desire that you haven't ever had before, it can feel like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I don't have the thing. You want me to pretend that I have the thing? No. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to, when you get to this point, where it's like no matter what you do, the thing isn't coming, or you're like, I'm doing all of the work and it hasn't come in yet. Like I haven't met my person yet. I want you to stop fucking focusing on the thing that you desire. I want you to stop focusing on trying to find your perfect match. I want you to stop like thinking. So this is with money that I'm laughing because I'm like, oh, it's so real, right? With money, what can happen is it's like you get into this state of, no, but you don't understand. I need the money, right? Like I need the money to pay my bills, or I need the money because I really want to buy this thing for Christmas or whatever it is, right? I was gonna say it's desperation, but that doesn't feel good, but that's the energy, right? Like I need to have the thing. Like how do you want me to just forget about it? It's like obviously we live in a world where you have to have money to survive. You have to have money to buy things. You get my point. So if you're constantly thinking about money, your natural, I don't want to say it's natural, but the way that we've been conditioned to be is like, I don't have money, therefore I need money. If I need money, then I must not have money, right? Like there's this, I need to go do things. I like, what can I sell? What can I, where, I need to get another job. And it's like putting out this energy of, I have to build the momentum. I have to overextend. I have to like push. And what happens is, yeah, I mean, if you work, you're obviously going to get money. And coming from that energy, it's like you're just pushing it away. I know if you're new to this, it's like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, Ashley, like, but bear with me because I promise you, um, the way that we're taught to believe about money and energy and relationships and all of it is just bullshit, right? It's created to keep us consumers, okay? When I say stop thinking about the thing, I want you to stop believing that you don't have the money. I want you to stop believing that you don't have your person. And again, you're like, okay, how do I do that? How do I do that? By focusing on what you have and what you desire to have. Okay. So what does that look like? So if I'm talking with a client and I'm like, they really want to meet their person, right? Well, I got to get on the dating apps and I got to do this thing and I got to do that thing. And it's like, whoa, 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 right? Coming from that energy, you're only going to attract from that energy. You're only going to attract from that place of, I don't have, right? I don't have. And the problem, and again, it's nuanced. The problem there is I don't have. You believe that you don't have. You believe that you're the person that doesn't have. Therefore, you will not have. Or the person that you will attract, the people that you will attract are going to be people that aren't good for you or aren't your person, right? I don't want to say like your perfect match because your person, right? Like is it going to be your person? Another way that people fall into this trap, especially with dating, especially women, and I mean men do this too, but most of my clients right now are women, so it's, like fresh on my mind, where it's like, oh, there's a lot of talk like, oh, there's no good men. There's no good men. Dating apps suck, and all of this. And while there can be truth to that, if you're meeting men or if you're meeting women or you're meeting people who are not your match, it's not that they're bad, right? But like that's how we're conditioned to think about it. Like they're not your person, right? And we can fall into this trap of I don't have it. They must not be out there because it's not coming easy. Um, Dating apps suck, like all of these things, right? And of course, there's like a thread of truth in these. And when you don't have, when you're not in the receiving of the person, of the money, of the job, the whatever, you repel it because you are standing firm in the belief that you don't have the thing. So my advice is to pause, stop, right? And I just heard like the saying, your person comes in when you least expect it and when you stop looking. And I think that there is a bit of truth to that because when you pull back, you're like, okay, I desire the relationship that looks like this. I desire a relationship that feels like this. I desire money that comes through my business, or I desire money that comes from unexpected places. Lean back, right? And put your focus on something else. Go read a book, go for a walk, right? Like call a friend, do something or some things that are completely unrelated to your manifestation. And what happens is you create space for it to come in. And the deeper piece here is you create space for you to get the intuitive nudge. You create space for the aligned action to drop in. Go on this website. Why don't you go out to dinner at this place where you're not footing the bill? That's not how I want to say it, but that just came in. It's like you're not trying to micromanage how your desires come in. You're not trying to figure it out, right? Like you're not stuck in thinking, oh, I don't have the thing. You're living your life knowing that your desire is yours. And even if you can't get behind, oh, I know it's already mine, by not focusing on the lack, you're way further ahead than sitting and being like, okay, I got to come up with a plan here. I got to do the thing. It's like you don't have to do anything. And it's not that you don't do anything, it's you don't have to see the bigger picture. You don't have to be like, well, I'm not going to meet a man if I'm staying home. Or, whatever. I'm not going to get more money if I'm not, taking a third job. It's like you actually might. And it's more likely to happen if you take a step back, focus on something else, focus on filling your cup, because then, like I said, the intuitive nudge can come. You can see things more clearly. You can see opportunities when they come and know that it's the right opportunity for you. So it's not good if you're like, okay, like I want to hit my next income goal. Oh shit, I gotta go get another job. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. Da, 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 da. And it's like you miss having a conversation with somebody that's like, hey, I need extra help this weekend. I'll pay you this amount of money. Can you come? Right? Like you'll miss these opportunities. And here's the other part. You're never gonna miss your manifestation. Never. If you quote unquote miss it this cycle, like it's coming, like what is meant for you, you will have. Relax into that. My point here is stop trying so hard, stop trying to figure it out. Allow the manifestations to come to you. You don't have to do anything to be worthy of your desires. You don't have to figure it out. You don't have to force. What is required of you is pay attention to what is going on in here, and believe that you are worthy of your desires. And not only that, but that you already have them. And for me, when I first heard that, I was like, the fuck? Like, what are you talking about? But it's so true. Like, you already have the thing. A way to wrap our heads around, I already have the thing that I desire. So, say you desire $10,000. You're like, I want to create $10,000. I want $10,000 to just come in, right? And it's like, oh, but I don't have it. I don't have it. I don't have it. Pause. Think of the ways in which you do have it. So, there's a couple ways to go about this. I'm like looking around my house, like, okay, I've got TVs, I've got a vehicle, I've got, um, I don't know, I just switched laundry. So like I have a washer and dryer. Like you list off all the things until you get to $10,000. It's like you already have it, right? Like you already have it. And you're like, yeah, but that's not the same. It doesn't matter. What matters is getting your brain, getting your body relaxed into, I already have the thing. So then the example that I was going to say, I'll change it a bit. It's like, okay, I want to meet my person. Okay, well, what do you think that having your person is going to bring you? It's going to bring me, I want, like safety and stability and love and adventure and passion, right? Like all of these things. Well, can you fulfill those within yourself first, right? Like, do I have safety? Do I have stability? Yeah. Or if I don't, it's like, okay, I'm not going to go on a date with somebody that I don't feel immediate safety with, right? Like all of these different ways to open your brain up just a little bit to, I already have the thing now, and then stop fucking pushing for it. Stop pushing. Let it come. This is the part that we're trained to believe the opposite of. We don't have to do anything. We have to acknowledge our desires and hold ourselves in the journey of receiving the thing, knowing that it's already ours. Okay, I would love to hear any comments, any questions in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video.